Hey guys, this is Cam from 15 back at it with another video for you guys, and I'm back with another I Quit Heroing episode review for you guys. And yes, I know it's been a very, and I mean very long time since I did the last episode review for I Quit Heroing, but I've been busy with my personal life in terms of work and then school on top of it. So yeah, but here I am here to review 3 episodes in one video, which is episodes 7, 8, and 9. With episode 9 just blowing, my whole just thoughts on where this story was going and just pure insanity. So we'll skim over episode 7 and 8. So episode 7 was about helping out Edvard and his whole situation, and pretty much the situation in that episode was the fact that he was really truly getting on his minions or his army, or I guess you can say his troops, for not taking down this chimera. And it kind of, was the whole lesson of, he was saying, oh, if you guys can't take this thing down like I can, well then guess what, that means you're just not trying hard enough, essentially saying like they're not giving it their all when they could definitely be better. And we see it how it's a problem where his daughter Julieta, I believe that's her name, gets involved as Leo, like, hey, can you help my father out with this situation, because we find out he's just gonna quit the army and everything. He's gonna leave the demon army. He's just gonna be a common foot soldier pretty much. And yeah, because mind you, this guy was also willing to die and everything too, but that didn't happen. So Leo's good idea is to use machines from his time, because we remember he's back from like way back when like civilization was here, just a little bit more advanced and everything. And he gets it to where he's trying to assist Edvard in helping trying to take down this machine, but Edvard's obviously having a problem with it. Eventually they end up defeating it. And I did like how Echidna and the others, because there were extra machines after the main one they were fighting, called backup, and they're like, and Echidna and her forces took care of those things. And it was funny because Echidna was using that as a way to release some tension and some stress she had because of Leo and everything, which was freaking hilarious. But the moral of this episode, and the one thing I did like, is how freaking Leo was chewing out Edvard and everything, and it kind of awakened or made Edvard realize, like, no, he's doing the same thing I did to my troops, because he was saying the same thing that his troops were saying, like, it's too strong for us and everything. And he was saying the same thing to Leo, and Leo was like, who cares, it doesn't matter, I was telling you how to defeat it. If you can't defeat it, why are you a general and everything? And Edvard finally realizes, I made a mistake, I see what he was doing, made him learn. So that turned it around. Episode 8 was pretty much a full flashback episode dedicated to Leo, and who we find out is, I believe, Echidna's father when the demon race first came in to the earth, or when they first came in, he was living out, and it was a nice episode just of, I forgot the guy's name, just from the standpoint of saying like, hey, listen, don't let this stuff get to you and everything. Find something in your life meaningful to do, pretty much. And it was a nice freaking episode. There's really much nothing else I can say. I thought the influence of him getting a different perspective, helping Leo understand the true meaning, because when he was taken away, that's when he's like, listen, Leo, you can live for something else other than just do your typical destroy demons and move on to the next, day of many years, stuff like that. And mind you, that was pretty cool and everything. So yeah, and then the episode leaves on a cliffhanger where he's meeting off with Echidna and everything. We end up in episode 9 meeting up with Echidna, and they're about to promote him to one of the 5th grade generals to have in their army, but then they get a urgent alert, and we find out that the portal to the demon world is actually closing. And Echidna, Leo, in his black onyx skin, he hasn't revealed himself yet, and Shutina, they create like some sort of bordering thing, and they keep it stable to where they can go back where the portal to the demon realm is still open and everything. eventually they have to come to and make a decision, and the decisions are pretty much either Shutina and Echidna have to go back to the demon realm and just live there for the rest of eternity, pretty much, or whenever it reopens again, or they have to pretty much go raid the city to get the Philosopher's Stone to be able to go back to the demon realm and bring a prosperous life, to it. And it really, this was a plot twist that I definitely did not see coming. Totally didn't even think of, there would be a complete change that the portal to the demon realm connecting to the human world would cut off and everything, but it would make sense and everything that it could happen. And so like that, because how would the demon realm demons be able to invade Earth countless times and everything and stuff like that, other than mostly the monsters that were stationed on the planet Earth and everything. So that was very interesting. And then you get this whole dialogue scene pretty much where Leo is like, well, you see, the Philosopher's Stone you're talking about is completely different. There's actually two different ones. In this meantime, he actually takes off his helmet and he's discussing about it and everything, and how he goes on to say how, this was a test for me to show you to see like were your convictions ultimately true, if there were any lies going on. And just the reaction when he's like, hey, could you please face me now? And Echidna faces him and only sees the helmet, and she's like, wait, what? And freaking Lily's like, you might want to turn a little bit farther. And then she sees freaking Leo, and to say she was like flabbergasted at first, she was like, what? It was funny, and he's like, listen, Echidna, I know this is a late moment, and I'm sorry I tricked you with this, but I had to see if your intentions were pure, if you needed to have the Philosopher's Stone. And I just found it hilarious how, before this even talks, she's like, well, if we go with the idea of raiding the capital, obviously Leo Demonheart will show up and take us out, and you don't want to mess with this guy. And I don't think, and right now we're thin with troops and we can't mess with this guy. And the fact that after he reveals himself, she gets so freaking pissed. Like, it took freaking Shutina and the others like leaps and bounds to be like, listen, he's gonna help us. I swear, he's helped us. He's taken so much off our plate, and he's made us do all these different things to the point, reluctantly, Echidna's like, fine, you can come with us, but you better show us where this Philosopher's Stone is. And he's like, where's this Philosopher's Stone? He's like, it's somewhere in the mountains over that are close by. And we see, as they're climbing the mountains, him and Echidna are talking. He doesn't really go into the full backstory of why he did what he did, but he pretty much tells her pretty much like this is a test, and the whole mention of like why, his thoughts on humanity and stuff like that. She also finds out as well how old he is, which is like pretty much over 3,000 years old. And he goes on to make the mention of the standpoint, he's like, yeah, I have, I pretty much live for a lifetime. I pretty much never die and everything. And I continue, I never age. And I did like how she felt, very sympathetic for him. But, throughout this conversation, as they're talking and everything, they're actually creating a bond. They're creating a friendship. She's starting to be a little bit more easing up on him, and she's starting to be a little bit more nicer. I did like the playful moment when they were fighting with the snow and everything. I thought that was cute and adorable. I ship it, even though I do ship Leo with Shutina. But yeah, they end up getting to this one part as they're talking, and he's bringing up the Philosopher's Stone and everything, and eventually Echidna picks up on something, and she's like, wait, Leo, don't tell me what you think I'm about to what I think you're gonna say. And essentially he confronts all Echidna and the generals, and he's like, listen. And they're like, wait, this is the location? He's like, yep, this is the location. And pretty much he says, listen, I hereby resign from the demon army, and this is your mission. You want the Philosopher's Stone? It's within my heart. You have to pretty much rip my heart out, and you can have the item that you deem. If you do not defeat me, I will destroy all of humanity right here, right now. Because at this point, Leo's kind of at this point where we already know he's kind of sick of it. And he even told Echidna, he's like, it's kind of an ongoing thing over and over and over again. I saved the people, and then it's back to, you know, waiting for whenever the next strike is and everything. And he even makes the mention, he's like, you know, I'm pretty much would be out of my element if the human race does find a way to compete against demons and everything. And, you know, he's like, I really have ultimately no purpose living. And he pretty much is like, and then at the end of the episode, he pretty much is like, you must defeat me if you want the Philosopher's Stone. If not, then I will kill all of humanity. So what are you going to do about it, heroes? Pretty much painting himself as the villain. And we know Echidna, you know, she's the type of character that does not want to hurt humanity and everything. And, you know, Leo does make a good point. He's like, well, if you want to take the Philosopher's Stone, you know, the thing is, you're going to have to still try to find a way to have peace amongst, you know, humanity and demons. Otherwise, it's not going to work for you. So, yeah, and then even Echidna, we see later, she's like, yeah, you're right. You know, we would have not been able to create peace, you know, amongst the kingdom, amongst humanity and stuff like that. And it seems like next week we're going to be getting the 4 great generals in Echidna trying to defeat pretty much somebody who is been OP as hell and have been unstoppable. And we even find out, like, this guy has knowledge of like warriors and different fighting styles of different monsters and stuff like that for all these like years he's been alive, which, like I said earlier, is over 3,000 years. So it's gonna be a very interesting challenge because all these characters were defeated by him at one point, and now they gotta fight him. Now, the thing is, will they kill him? Is Leo only doing this as a way to say, do it, finish me off because I have nothing else to live for? Or, you know, is this just another test to see, is their determination worthy of obtaining the Philosopher's Stone? But apparently we find out the Philosopher's Stone's within his heart. They have to pretty much kill him and rip his heart out, which is something that pretty much we know Echidna does not like doing. She does not like killing. She likes just sparing life. And it puts her kind of in a precarious situation because even though she kind of had this like whole thing, you know, issue with Leo at first, their way up the mountain, you know, she really connected with him and it looked like they're going to be best of friends / you know, potentially maybe could take an interest in him as maybe a romance partner, or maybe she's feeling him and stuff like that and feels bad for him, you know. Maybe this is a test for Leo of, don't hold back, even though after I told you my sympathetic story and everything. So it's gonna be very interesting to see what episode 10 is going to be like, and stuff like that. So yeah, and funny enough, episode 9 was pretty much the title of this anime. But again, sorry for missing out on the last 2 episodes. I hopefully should finish out and review the next coming episodes for the next coming weeks. I don't know how many episodes we got left. I think this is a 13 episode series. Let me check. Yeah, we got 3 more episodes left and then this is done. But yeah, I've liked all 3 of episodes. The last one really threw me for a loop and it gave me, and it's funny enough, I recently watched Misfits of Demon Academy fully because I wanted to watch that and catch up on that and stuff like that. And almost kind of gives me the same similar plot twist that it happens in that show. I won't spoil it. For people who haven't seen Misfits of Demon Academy, definitely go check that show out. It's really good. And stuff like that. But it gave me vibes of that when it came to the Leo plot twist right there, saying he's this. But I wouldn't be shocked if it's just another test to see if they're truly worthy of having the Philosopher's Stone for their cause. So it's gonna be very interesting to see what's gonna happen next in the story of I Quit Heroing. But we got 3 more episodes left. So if you guys like the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts on this week's episode and your thoughts on the last 2 episodes of I Quit Heroing, as well as hit the subscribe button if you want to get more I Quit Heroing content for the next 3 weeks or any other anime content as the spring of anime 2022 is starting to wind down. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna catch you guys later. I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, guys, have a great rest of your day and hopefully you guys are staying safe up there. Peace.